Hey, welcome to Cow Free Kicks. Before I get stuck into this new drop from Puma, I just want to start by saying a massive thank you to everyone that's subscribed to the channel so far. If you're new, or even if you're coming back to watch another video, if you haven't subscribed, please take 2 seconds just to click that subscribe button below. You'll get 2 things. Number 1, you'll get automatically entered into future sneaker giveaways on the channel. And number 2, if you also click the little notification bell, you'll also get a notification every time a fresh video drops on the channel. Now let's get straight into it. This is the new PUMA Zone XT. So when I review a pair of shoes, I look into 5 main things, and at the end of the video, I'll give them a rating out of 5 stars. Now these PUMA Zone XTs, starting off with how they look. To me, they didn't look that great online, but as soon as I got them out of the box and put them on feet, I did really start to like them a lot more. And one thing I do really like about these is the fact that the silhouette kind of comes down to a point here at the front of the toe of the sneaker, and I like that about them. I like the silhouette and the flow of it. I like the low cut heel here. I also like the amount of chunk you get on the sole. I like the Puma branding on the side in white with this TPU overlay. On the other side of the sneaker, it is incredibly plain. There's no detailing on the side of this sneaker at all, which is a bit strange. One side has a lot going on, the other side really, really plain. As you move around to the back, you've got some faux leather here with the Puma brand again. As we move around to the top of the sneaker, you've got a Puma tag on the tongue. You've again got a little bit of Puma branding here on this TPU cage that's quite robust where the laces sit. And then as you move to the midsole of the sneaker, you've got this line here which is supposed to represent your heart rate that you would see on a heart rate monitor. You know, boop, boop, boop. That is what this is supposed to represent. I think this line here is possibly a little bit too chunky, but I do like the overall look of these sneakers. Now I'm going to show you what they look like on feet. Now let's move on to the comfort aspect of these sneakers. Now these have like an all-in-one sock knit upper. The textile feel here is very, very soft, and it does feel very soft on the top of your feet. It offers a little bit of foam on the rim of the sneaker here around the ankle and around the heel, but not too much. The tongue is very nicely padded on the inside of the sneaker as well. And now I'm going to run you the curb test to see how this hybrid energy bead and ignite foam midsole reacts. So on top, this TPU cage here does really offer some nice support to the top of your feet and does make them feel locked in. Now this is a gym shoe. This has been designed as a high intensity training shoe, so they are quite solid. The midsole for this feels quite soft underfoot, but when I went and looked at these a little bit closer, I found that the insole for this sneaker is incredibly thick and also almost like memory foam. Very soft, very responsive, quite nice under the foot. As soon as I took that out of the sneaker and just walked around in them just to see what the actual midsole technology was offering you, it didn't offer very much at all. Yes, it's very firm and it is a little bit responsive, but it wasn't that comfortable. Now, normally with these sneakers, when they do a hybrid, the energy bead section, which is this section here, is normally quite large and quite chunky on the sole, but closer inspection, as you take the midsole out, the insole out, sorry, you can see here there's a square at the back of the heel, a very small section of energy bead balls in that part of the sneaker. Doesn't offer very much comfort or responsiveness at all because there's a very thin layer. The rest of the sneaker, the Ignite mid foam on this shoe for some reason feels a little bit rigid. So whilst they are comfortable with the insole in, the actual shoe itself without the insole isn't too comfortable. So my concern in longevity terms for the comfort of this sneaker is how long is this insole going to offer you that much comfort? Now I'm going to move on to their weight, put them on scales and show you how much they weigh. So weighing in at 321 grams, that's a fair weight for a sneaker that you're going to be wearing to the gym to work out in. It does offer good support and quite a rigid sole. So for me, 321 isn't a bad weight. Anything under 300 grams is great. So 321 is quite close to 300. So I'm not going to mark them down in terms of weight. I think they've got quite a good weight to them. Next, I'm going to run the breathability test where I'm going to pump smoke through the sneaker to see how much smoke is released from this perforated upper. The upper of this shoe is incredibly breathable. The smoke really did flow out of this perforated toe part of the sneaker and also did escape from this section of the sneaker here and also this part of the sneaker here, which has got like an additional synthetic overlay on it, which is attached to the TPU cage and runs to the sole of the shoe. All parts of the sneaker were breathable. When you hold this up in the light, you can see that it shines right through all parts of the shoe. So they are an incredibly breathable sneaker, which is exactly what you want when you're wearing them for working out. Now moving on to their price, these come in at a reasonable £70. I really don't think there's too many issues with the price for this shoe. But when it comes to the score for this sneaker, I did find them quite difficult to rate. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them 3 stars. They're incredibly breathable. They're kind of lightweight, they look all right, they look good. So for me, they're all plus points. The price is all right. The one major concern for me is the comfort for this sneaker because I'm a bit worried about the longevity of the comfort when it comes to the fact that the most of the comfort you're getting from the shoe is coming from an insole rather than the full mid on this sneaker. I'm just worried that when the insole degrades, the midsole isn't going to offer you that much more. So in terms of lifetime comfort for this sneaker, I'm just a bit worried that they're not going to be as comfortable as they are the first time you wear them, then 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks down the line when the insole starts to degrade, because really insoles don't last forever. I would have thought that the midsole for this sneaker would have offered a lot more comfort, and I'm disappointed with the amount of energy beads that are in the heel for this shoe. So 3 stars I think is a fair rating. If you've got any comments, please do drop them below. Also, if you like what you see, give the video a big thumbs up. I cut mine open earlier, it won't stop bleeding. So I'm going to finish this video now by saying thank you very much again to everyone that subscribed. If you haven't, click the button below, follow me on Instagram, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon for another video. Cheers, bye.